Good evening, everyone. So, today is our third lecture, and in today's lecture, we will just see that how we can implement a registration page through our normal HTML and CSS, so that there will be a hand-on practice of doing that. And after that, we basically just see about the basics of our JavaScript. Okay, so just give me a second. Let me share my screen first and then we will continue. Okay, so let me share. So in the previous sessions, we have actually covered about our parts like how to do the HTML part, how many types are there for CSS, and then we have done about selector IDs part and a bit of styling. In today's session, we will just create a registration page first using HTML and CSS so that you can have an idea about it. Okay, then let's continue. What I will do basically, I will erase all the code part from here and we will start from the scratch. Okay, so just let me erase this and let me also erase style.css. We will write the code from the base. Also delete me this file. Okay, so here is our index.js. First of all, what we have to do, we have to include the boilerplate. Okay, for doing that, I just press exclamatory sign and then enter. All of you are now familiar with this type. So here basically I give the title today as we are creating a registration page. So I am giving the title same as that, registration page. Okay. Now we are going to write the code in our body part. Okay. And later on we'll do the CSS part for it. Perfect. Let's start with it. So first of all, I am creating a div. Okay. Means inside div, I will provide something. Okay. And in this particular div, what basically I will do, I will generate a h2 tag, which will provide the heading that it is a registration form. Okay. So just type here registration form. Okay, perfect. Yeah, this is done. Now what we will do, inside this registration page, I want to create a form. Why we have to create a form? Because we want that user can enter their username, user can enter their email, they can give the password. And in registration page, in normal registration page, there is also an option for like confirm password. Okay, so we will also provide that and then the gender part for it. And after that, we create a button to just log in. Okay, so let's do this first. So this is the heading of ours for registration form, and I will just segregate all the divs with a particular class ID so that in styling it will be easy for me to do those things. Okay, I am just giving it a name container as it will contain my whole form. Okay, now in this, after h2 tag, we are going to create a form. Why we are creating a form? That will be basically clear to you as soon as we just go ahead in the session, because we have to take all the input from the user. Okay, another div inside this the registration part, so that I can take some values like label as full name. I will add a label as full name. And all of you are now familiar that why we require label, so that user can get the idea that what entity they have to enter in that particular column or in that particular area. Okay. And after label, we have to just let them know that which type of data as from the user we want. Okay, so it will be in text format, right? So text format is there. And after that, we have to just enter a placeholder so that they can also see in that blank box that, okay, you have to enter your name here. So for that, I'm using this placeholder. As soon as user enters some data inside it, this placeholder will get removed. Enter your email. I will just let you know that why we are using each and everything, and it will be clear to you. Just make sure you are listening it carefully. And I want it to be required field. What does it mean by required field? That user can't skip this section until and unless you are not going to enter the username. Thus, registration form will not work properly. Okay, so let's see what is happening up to now. We have created something like this. So registration form from H2 tag, correct? Then there is full name label, and through that label I am getting enter your email. That is not correct because we are creating it for name. So just a second, I have to write over here enter your name. Okay, and what does placeholder basically do? It is providing us this text right now when the user haven't given any input. As soon as you type something over here, the placeholder will automatically get removed from that. Okay. So this is something, that's why we use placeholder. Okay, perfect. It is also done. I am again segregating this div and will give this div another name. So I am giving it a name class as input group. Means in input part, we are using this type of styling. For this type of styling, whatever we will do in the external CSS, that I am mentioning over here. Okay. I hope it is clear up to now. Quite easy. Now, same thing we will do for email part. Okay. What we will basically do, that I am copying this section only because after the name, I want user to basically enter his email ID. Okay, so through class we can basically going to do style them. I will change the label as email ID. Perfect. Okay, and here what I will do, enter your email. Instead of anything else, I will write here enter your email, and the type will be of email type so that you can enter it accordingly. Okay, just a second. Let's try to execute it and see that what we are getting now. So yes, full name is there, email ID is also there. Like this, you can also create it for password and confirm password, right? What you have to do, you have to change the bit of heading. So just try to do it at your end, and then I will also write that code for you. Okay, so I hope that you have done that. It is quite simple. Same steps we have to follow over here. Like I am telling you what you have to do, just create a div so that there will be a partition. Okay, after creating div, what you have to think, you have to add a column for entering the password, right? So just give it a label first that user have to enter password over here. Okay, this is done, right? Now after that, what you have to do, you have to provide them the input type. So input type will be of password. Okay, and the placeholder will be whatever you want to add as the text. So placeholder will be enter password. So enter your password. Okay, and this is also a required field. So because of that, just a second, enter password, and this is also required. Okay, so we have done it up to now. What should happen after this line of code? There will be a third entity with password, and here you are getting enter the password. So to make it a quite better, what we can do, we can just make them capital E over here in each of the part. Yeah, perfect. This is done. Then let's create another thing, like as a user, this is your registration form. You have to enter your full name, you have to enter your email ID, then your password. Then another section will be here for confirm password. So what I can do here, inside form, I can create one more time this div part, right? And now I can add another label. Oh, just a second. I can add another label, and inside this label, the confirm password tag must be there. So confirm password. Okay, perfect. Then input type you have to declare input type as password so that user can enter or confirm that password, and placeholder will be, I can add confirm password over here. So confirm password. Okay. Is it required? Clear? Is it clear up to now? Required. Okay. Same steps we are following from here to here. That first of all, we have created a h2 tag, a big div, which contains all the form section part. Okay. And then the small div for each section. Like first of all, this section is there in the form where we are entering the full name. Then this section over here where we are entering the email ID. Then another section where we are adding the password, and at last the confirm password thing. Okay, clear? Just make sure that all the divs inside the form have the same class so that at once you can just add the styling to all of them. So for that, I am just adding those part to other div sections also. Okay, it is clear up to now. Four things we have already added. Now I am just generating another div part in which we can select the gender. Okay, so for that, what we can do basically, we have to we have a div, we have to provide a label first of all, and the label must be of gender so that user can select the gender. Now, instead of checkbox, we are going to use radio buttons here, right? Why to use radio buttons? Because we have to select only one out of all. Okay, clear? Let's do the this part also. So here I am using the select label, select, okay, and it is required to select out of something out of it. So select required. Option value, we have to provide something, disable it. Yeah, so select is required means you have to select a particular option. For first, the option value is right now not selected, and it will just ask you select your gender. Okay, and then in the next line, basically what we will do, the next line, I am going to provide them the options. So options, option is number one, male. Okay, just a second. First one is male. After that, another option will be female. Okay, and at last, okay, option, and the last option will be your other. Okay, done. And enclose your select parameter, right? That is important because you have open that tag. Now you have to close that tag also. Okay, so for this we are doing it. Okay, perfect. Let's try to execute it and see that what is it is giving up to now. Are you able to see that through select command, we are just giving them a drop down list over here. Okay. So from gender, you can select anyone from here like this. So instead of radio button or checkbox, I am using here select so that a list can be created and accordingly you will get the output for it. Okay, perfect. This is done. Now there will be a you have seen in few login pages there is a condition that I have learned all the terms and condition and I agree with that. For that we are just giving them a checkbox over here so that user can take over it and then continue for the login part. That it means that they have learned about all the terms and condition for regarding registration form. So that we are also going to provide. Just a second, let's write the code for it again. The div section is there and we have to end it. So give me a second. I will just close it instead of here after this select bar because this is in the one. Okay, let's create another. Again, a div part will be there. And I will give this a class as checkbox because here we want a checkbox. So for that, I am giving it the name checkbox. Okay, perfect. Just close it. Now we are good to write the terms and condition type over here. So what will be the input type? First of all, I want there to be a checkbox and that is required. Okay, this is done. Then we will give them a just a second. There must span. I agree with terms and conditions. Agree with agree to the suppose I agree to the terms and condition. Okay, that is now good so that you can just provide them a span value for it. And this span value just have the next line over there. It will work same as your another line content so that you can see it separately. Okay, clear? Now we will just close this particular div which is already having over here. Okay, done. This one is also done. Now just a second, let's see that how we are getting the output. Okay, so you can see I am getting something like this as this is our requirement for it. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so what I will basically do, I will close my first div over here because right now, see what is happening that I am getting confirm password and gender in the same line. So I will just segregate them using a div. That first div will give this block only and second div will give this block only. So let's do some div matching over there. So for confirm password, the div is started over here, but we haven't closed that div, right? So I have closed it now. No problem. Now what I have to do, I have to start another div. Yes, I will start here another div so that it can be used as the different part. Now this div is basically closing over here. Okay, perfect. Now every div are matching with it. So now according to it, we are getting it in the next lines, right? So this is good. Just a second. Okay, so this is also almost done. That what we have done, we have created something like this up to now. Just a button is missing right now. Let's also add a button. So to add a button, we have to use our button tag. Okay, and let's create that also. Then we are good for the styling part. So just a second. After this particular span, I can just write over here. The span is there. After this, I can add my button, right? Button is there, and creating a button type to be submit means it will submit as user will click over there. Type is submit for it. And now I can add the text over there written on that button, which is register, because we are registering. So it is good that we can just write it down there so that user can get that, okay, through this button they can register. Or we can have another thing which is a paragraph. We just let you know that, okay, have you already have an account, so you can go to the login part. Right now we are creating it for register. So let's do this also. P, and I am giving it a class name. Class to be login text. Login text, suppose exam for it. And I just have to remove this bit from here. Okay. Now what should happen? That after this bit of code, I have to write some text like already have an account. Sometime it happens that user have already account. So though they don't have to register, they just have to log in directly to the website. So for that, I just create a hyperlink using Anchor, and it will navigate them. I have already told you about this hash part. Like if hash is written, the link will work, but it will redirect to the same page every time. So that's all. Right now for the learning purpose, that is the only thing we want at our application. So login is there and anchor tag is done. So this code is basically done that we have to do. Okay. Up to now, what we have covered? We have covered the pure HTML part. And through that pure HTML part, what we have done? We have created a registration form. It has full name entity, it has email ID, it has password, confirm password, then a select list. Through that, we can select a particular option for the gender part, a checkbox, a register submission button, and already have an account. If yes, then go to the login part. So for login, as we are using hash symbol over there, so it will redirect to the same page. Sorry. Okay, that's perfect. Now let's do some styling part. That's the main motive right now. Through the code part, one more time, let me explain that what we have done. First of all, we have created a parent div. Why I have give it a name container? Because it is containing all the things. If we go to the inspect part, so it will be more good for you to understand that why we have created this parent div. See, this is the parent div, and you can see it is containing all other small divs which we have created for full name, email ID, password. So this is the work of your parent div. Okay, perfect. After that, see, each time we are creating a div, it is having a purpose. For first div, we are creating it for full name. For second div, we are creating it for email ID. For third div, we are creating it for password. Then confirm password, gender, I agree to the terms and condition, and finally the button part. Now see, what is the logic for giving the same class name? You can see the class name for each of them is input name, input group, input group, input group. Why? Because all these entities are something which has to be filled by a user, right? So I want that at once I can append some functionality like full name will come above, and after that enter your name criteria with the same color coordination which I am giving to the first thing. So for that I am using the same class name so that I can target this class name in my external CSS. Okay. I hope it is clear to you. You can use this inspect button how to just check that why you are using different divs. So for each divs, you can see the code also that first one is for name, then each other things also. Okay. Yeah, this is one thing. So is it clear to everyone? I hope that it is clear. If not, then you can pause the session. You can just uh, m- rewind it and see that what basically I'm saying, and try to code it at your end also, then it will be more clear. First div is this, second div is this, third one, and so on, multiple divs. And this div is basically containing all of them. You can see at last I have at last I have closed this div, right? So this is your parent div. This is also known as parent div, and I have named it container. Okay, perfect. Now let's do the styling part, right? So I'm going to style.css over here. In style part, one thing I haven't told you, that if you want to add something to the whole page, then you can use this star also. This means that you are targeting all the content of the page. So here I will give them margin as 0 and padding as 0 also. Padding as 0 also. Okay. Margin padding done. And box sizing we can provide border box so that we can see a border around it and it will be good. And inside it, we can also provide them font family. You all are familiar with all terms. We have already covered these things in the previous session. Font family, we will go with Arial, semi-serif, sans serif. Okay. This is done. To all the part of our page, this styling has been done now. So what one thing I can do, that to check everything simultaneously, I can just link this style sheet to my code. Where we have to link it? We have to link it in the head part. Okay, so let's link it. Using the link part over here, relation as style sheet. Okay, style sheet. And what we have to do next? We have to give them the path of it, hyperlink reference from where you have to use it. Uh, Take the styling part from style.css. Okay, just close it. Now there is a link between both of these things. Let's see. Okay, so right now this is here. If I, you can see margin is 0, padding is 0, box sizing has been done, font family is serif. So no changes there right now. Let's now code for some changes so that we can also see that okay, everything is working. Now, first of all, I will do something with the body. First of all, let's do with body. So I can set the height as 100 vertical and horizontal. This is V for vertical and H for horizontally. Okay. Then I can give them a background color. So just giving it a of background color I can use, or background gradient as linear gradient. Okay, this will also look good. So just going it like linear gradient is there with this mix up. So you can see what is happening. That background is linear gradient and it is basically the combination of both of these colors. So you can see through this what is happening, that here you are getting a purple shade, but here you are getting a blue shade. How it is happening? It is happening through your linear gradient, which is taking the combination of these two colors. This is the hexa representation of a color. So this has 7 1 B7 E6 is representing your this color, and this 9B 5 9B6 is representing your violet color. Okay, so linear through linear gradient in the same page you are giving them this particular texture where two color shades are coming. So it is looking good. Okay, after that, display flex. See what I want. Instead of getting this page here or getting the content here, I want it to be in center. So for that, I am writing some CSS code. First of all, I will use display flex for it. Okay. And inside it, I will have to make the content to center, right? So for it, there is a justify content that we have to make to center. Okay, justify content center. This is the syntax, and align the text also, align the items also to the center of it. CER. Okay. Just see that what will happen through this part. Are you getting it? Now everything comes to the center. Now we will just style all these things. We are doing it one by one. What we have done for all, first of all, we have set it the background, okay, like linear gradient so that I can get a mixture of two colors. After that, what I have done, after that, my registration page through HTML was at the top left bottom. So to make it center, I have used display flex, justify content center, and align items to center. That is done. Now we basically change these styling parts over here. Okay. Like the registration form, full name, email ID, password, confirm password. These things we will do now. Okay. So just have a look at your end. Are you getting the same at your end? Then it is good. Okay. So just a second, have a break at your end and try to just rectify that. Are you getting all the things accordingly? Just change the linear gradient color at your end also. And then we will continue. Just 1 minute break we are taking. Okay, I hope that everything is clear to you. Now let's try to style our containers. This div container means parent container. Let's style this first. So it is in class property. So I have to access this using a dot. So class container. And then what can I do? I can set the width, I can set the padding, I can set the border radius to just enhance the border from sharpened to a rounded one and append the box shadow accordingly. So let's do it. First of all, I am making the background of it to be white so that it will look good. After that, there is width. So I don't have a proper idea, so we'll check it accordingly. Like first of all, I'm giving it 200 pixels. Let's see how it is looking in 200 pixels. It is not going looking good. It is like width is less right now. Okay, so we'll make it up to this. So doing it 300, for example. Let's try it 300. We'll inspect over here. Okay, 300 still looking fine. What if I do it 350 across? Okay, now it is looking, I think, good. Then we'll give some the padding. Give them some padding also. So padding we can also give. Uh, so right now, suppose 25 pixels I am giving. Okay, let's see how padding is looking. Okay, through padding, are you getting it that from the internal div you are getting some the padding over here in the from all the corners, right? And margin is basically from the main content to the element part. So, okay, it is looking good. Let's make it a bit more, 30 pixels, how it is looking. Okay, it is also looking fine. Okay, so what we have done in the container section, we have added background color to be white. We have set the width to 350 pixel. We have done some padding part over there. Now what I will do, I will set some border radius. Why we need border radius? Right now it is coming like in square shape or rectangle shape, and these corners are having edges, sharp edges, right? So to make them round, I am using border radius. So here comes the border radius, and that we can give 10 pixels. It is enough for the rounded borders. So yes, now you can see the sharpness is basically changed. So it is looking cool now. Okay. Let's add some box shadow also. Box shadow is also some CSS property through which we will get some shadow for this particular box. Let's have that also, box shadow, and I can just implement top, right, left, or those things over here. Like is the it is suggesting me this, so I will go with this only. So let's see. Okay, so we are having some shadow, not that much, which will look good, but okay. This is something which through which we can add some box shadow. Okay, so let me just change the color if that. Okay, just making it to red, no problem. Black. Okay, now this part is also done. After that, what we will basically do, we will just target a particular, you can say, tag inside a particular form. Okay, this is the, see right now what is happening, that inside this div, right, this registration form is not in center, it is aligning here at the left. So I will make it center first, and for doing that we have to first of all see that where is this registration form. Okay, so it is inside my parent div, right? So how to target this? We all have the idea about it now, that we have to first of all go inside this particular container. Dot container is defining this div, and in this div I have to target this h2 tag, right? Now it is done. So what I will do, I will make it text align to the center, so it will look a bit good. Text align to center. Okay, and we'll give them some margin and margin from bottom. Means what should happen, that they are right now looking that too much close to each other. So for that I am giving them margin from the bottom part, so that it will look space between registration form and full name. So once let me write the code for it, then it will be easy for you to understand that what we are doing. Margin bottom if I add, and that also of suppose 15 to 20 pixel, 15 pixel. Let's take it first. Okay, let's see. Yes, so are you getting it, that what we have done, that registration form and full name has some margin in between them, so it is looking good. Okay, and we can also give them some color, and color to be suppose just violet, for example. So this registration form is coming up like this. Okay, quite good. Now see, I have to style all these things, right? At like all these things I have to style, only these things are left. So for that, what I have to do, I have to go to each div and accordingly adjust their styling. And for all these things, we have given the same name to them, which is intergroup, right? So let's try to add some styling in that part. Just a second, let's start with that also. You can see that through HTML we have created a raw page, which is like a skeleton, which is not looking eye-catching. But as soon as we appended CSS a bit into that, it is looking good. So that's how you can design your site. Okay, just have a rough idea that what you want for layout. You can just append that layout through HTML and then do the styling as per your convenience. Okay, this is done. Now I will target the input group. This is my input group. Why I have target input group? Because all this div has the class name as input group. So that's why I am targeting it first. And here just I give the margin for each and every bottom, so that right now it is coming very close to each other. So they will be get separated by some margin, right? So for that I will do margin bottom. Now you have the idea that what margin bottom will do. It will just add some space in between them. Okay. We have done padding so that we can have these corners. Okay. And space from the corners, and in between two elements, if we have to give them some space in the div, then we use margin part. Okay. It is looking something like this now. Okay. Yes, so this is also done. I will just do one thing, that this I can change to 20 pixels. Okay. Now there is a good idea that they are coming differently. Okay, perfect, perfect. Yeah, this is also done. Now let's have some styling for all the labels. Like only labels I want to edit. Just a second, guys. Okay. Yeah, sorry for the inconvenience. I was saying that right now I want to edit these labels. Okay, so how to target these labels? Now you have a fair idea about it. That first of all, go to that particular div. How to target a div for all the labels? Through their class name. Okay, input group. Okay, now what I have to do? I have to edit the particular label as per my convenience, that how I want them to display, what will the font size of it, how will be the margin, and how will be the color for the particular label. Okay, so let's do this. Display will be block. Okay, then some margin bottom, which is approx 5 pixels. Then I can give them the color. So it is suggesting me has 333. So let's see what is this has 333 first. Then we will add color at our end. Okay, let's see what is they have done. Okay. So can you see, as soon as you have entered some margin bottom of 5 pixels, so what they have done, they have shifted these placeholders just below the names. Now it is looking quite good, and now we have to just make more and more styling over here so that it will look nice. Okay, so this is done. I will just make the color change to suppose 555. Let's see what is this color. Okay, still looking good. Okay, this is done. So you have also done with the label part. Now what is left? All your input types. These are your input types, right? So in these input types, basically now I want to add some styling. So let's do that. How to target it? First of all, the class name, input group. Okay. And inside it, you want to target your input. Perfect. Now let's do it like I want the width to be 100%, so that right now it is coming. I will let you know that why I have done this with 100%. See, what was happening before this 100%? Let me first show you that. Just a second. Yeah. So see, right now only in this part, my placeholder name is coming or my input type is coming, but I want this box to be up to here. So for that, I am asking them that whatever will the width of that div, set the input width as same as that to 100%. Okay. So for that, we have given them the width to be 100 pixels or 100%. Okay, done. Now what can we do? we can add some padding, we can add some border radius. Right now, what is happening? They are coming like sharpen edges are there. So I will add some border radius also. So border radius, minimum border radius of 5 pixels only. Okay, 5 pixels. Let's see, is there any change? Yeah, so it is coming uh, bordered now. Okay, this is also done. Now what we can also do, we can add some padding of 10 pixels so it will look some good. 10 pixels I can add the padding. Let's see what is happening through padding. Okay. So now you padding, what is happening that we have get this area and this area from the border box. Now it is looking good. If I type something over here, it is now quite readable and also looking good. Yes. Okay, this is also done. Just a second. Just a second. Yes. So I am saying that, see, now it is looking quite good. Okay. Now to this select section also, I want something uh, to be done. For that, how we can target it? This, these all are input fields, right? So you have targeted the input field. If I come to the code part, in index.html, see what is happening. All or after the label, all of these types are input. But as soon as we move to this gender part, are you able to see? This is not input, this is select field. So we have to also target select field so that accordingly we will get these features over there. So just a second, in style.css, instead of 10 pixel, I am giving it 7 pixels and input is there. Okay, with input, I want to also target my select part. So dot input group, and there is a select tag which I have to now see the difference. Gender is coming and you can see select your gender. And this drop down list is coming over there. Okay, that's looking good, right? Yeah, this is looking good now. This is also done. Border radius is done. Width is set. Padding has been done. So what we can do now, we can add some border also. Border of 1 pixel around each and every type, input type. So it will look a bit good. Border radius of this, and it becomes solid. Yeah. So let's see, is there any difference? So it is coming like this. Border of 1 pixel is looking like this. If I make it to 2 pixels, then it is looking like this. And I can change the color. Right now it is grayish color, so it is not good, looking good. I will make it to black. Okay, now it is looking good, right? Okay, perfect. Registration form is there. Full name is there. Enter your name, enter your email. This is there. And also with the label name, we can change the color. So for that, what we have to do? We have to go to this input group label part. Right now, this is the color we have selected by default. And I want it to be something, okay, not looking good. We'll give it a violet shade. Yeah, this one is looking good. Okay, so it's up to you that whatever color you want to give. Okay, I have given this violet color over here, and in professional side it is black, so we can also make it to black, right? So here it is. Okay, it is also looking nice. Done. We have done with all these part. Now if I move to this select attribute, you can see from here we can select the genders also. This is perfectly done. Now, see, whenever I am coming to this input part, nothing is happening. So I want some focus to be there. So for that, we can also expand our code. it is looking good, but still let's try to add some focus in the input and select section. So as soon as someone will hover over it, so some effect will look or border color will enhance. For that, we are adding the focus part. Let's do it. So dot input group focus. Yeah, here it is coming. And we have to also do it for this select option, right? This is not input type, this is the select attribute. So for this, we have to do it. So I am again uh, have to add dot input group select. Up now on this, I want the focus to work. Focus. And in this focus, I just add some border color. Okay. So just add the border color to be suppose this blue violet. Let's see what is happening. Right now, wait just a second. Select an input is there. So on focusing, let's change the color to blue and see if there is something which is changing. Uh, is coming or not? I have to choose another color for getting it. Okay. Yeah, so this focus one is right now not working properly. Or yes, or it is working. As soon as I'm selecting this, then only this color is coming. Okay, okay. So right now, input focus and select focus. So see what is happening that if I change the color to suppose this bluish color, right? So as soon as I use this drop down select list, you can see that color is navigating to the border now. Okay, perfect. That is looking good. So I will just remove this part. We are not adding anything to input because by default we have set it to the black color. So that is coming over there. But for this drop down, it is working cool. Okay. This focus has been done. Okay. Now we have done it. Now there is the checkbox also, right? This is the checkbox part. Everything up to now has been done. Now we will just these three things are left. Just also do that. For register page, we will make it to the center. We will do some padding margin over there so that the button will look good and the registration will have some space within that. So for that, what we will do, we will just do some text align to the center part and some margin over there. Okay, but before that, let's try to do this better. So what is the name of the class where we have defined the checkbox? So let me just check. Class is checkbox. Okay. So I have to do it like this. CHECK box. Okay, checkbox is coming over there. Right. I have targeted the checkbox part now and accordingly we'll write the code for it. So I want this checkbox to be somewhere in between. Okay, like right now it is starting from left only and this margin is looking left. So I want that it will start in between so that it will adjust the things accordingly. So for that we have to use display flex and align item to the center part. Okay, let's see what is happening through it. So wait, align the item to the center and we can also add some font size, like font size to be 13 pixels or 12 pixels up to your requirement you can add. Wait a second. Font size is giving some error over here. Just a second. Font size and just will do a yeah. Okay, let's see. I agree with the terms and condition. Okay, looking quite good. just change it from blue to something else. It is not looking good to me. So I will just change it to this color. Let's see how it is looking. Okay. 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 So this has been done. Align items to the center. Display has been flexed. We have added some things over there. And inside checkbox, let's see what are the other things so that we can do that. Inside checkbox also, there is some input type. So let's now add some styling to it, because right now see what is happening, that I am not I am set it this font size, everything I have done, but still it is not looking quite good, because after the button something I is coming over there. Okay, so for that I will do a bit more styling, and for that I will basically target this input field. Okay, let's do that. It is quite simple, just you have to accordingly see that how things are working. Okay, so dot checkbox to target that div, and there is input part in it, right? So I have done that. Now inside this I will give some margin from the right. What does that mean? Margin from right basically will give a space to them. Let me just show you it first. Margin we want from the right side, right? From the right side and up to suppose 7 or 8 pixels. For example, let's see. Yes, so we are getting a bit of, you can see, space between the checkbox and that now. Yeah, now it is. So here the margin has been given from the right side of it. From this input type, a right side of 10 pixel margin have been given, and now your text is looking good here. Okay, this thing is done. Now we come to this registration button. Okay, let's try to design some button now. Means let's try to add some property over it, some hover function that as soon as user will navigate to this registration button, it will change something accordingly. Let's write the code for it. Okay. So first of all, we have to tag the button attribute. We have not defined any class for it. That's why we are not, you can see button is outside every div or any class. So I am targeting it directly. Okay, button is there. Now let's try to write the code for it. First of all, I will set some width to be 100% so that uh, user can see this particular uh, button width up to the input type. So are you able to see that now it is looking quite good? Register is looking. And as we have given the required field, so what is happening, as soon as I am pressing register, they are showing me that this field is required. Yeah, please fill out this field. Okay, this is done. Width has been set. Let's do some padding. Why padding? Because right now what is happening, that it is not looking that good. So for that we will maintain some padding of 10 pixels. Okay, let's see. Yes, now it is looking good. From padding, the button is aligned to already the center part, and we are now having space around it also, right? So you can also inspect it in case you want to have to see something that how the things are working. You can navigate it like this. So I will just go to the code part. Okay, and from here in the button part, you can see this is button is this, and accordingly you are getting all the things over here in button. You have set it the width to be 100%. The padding is there. See, this is the padding you have done. Are you able to see? If I just remove the padding, this it will look like this, but if I add padding, it will look like this. So this is happening through the padding part. Got it? And what is happening through width? If I remove width, it is looking like this, but if I add width, it is looking like this. Okay, perfect. These things you can See, this is the padding part. This green thing is the padding part, 10 pixels around that particular button. This is your border. This is your border and this is the margin. Margin is basically like in your copy from the main element, everything you give is margin. At the left margin, we already also said it, left margin. So this is how padding and margin works to give space around elements as per your requirement. Okay, let's set some background color or normal background. It is by default giving me this, so I will take it. Okay, after the border to be known means I don't want any type of border over there. So for that we have given it. Now let's see how we are getting the button. Okay, through background color we are getting this registration form as like this color is filled in the background. It is looking good, but the edges are a bit sharp. So for that I can use border radius, right? Border radius I can use. And in this border radius, what basically I will do, I will add some 5 pixels rounded border over here. Okay, let's see how it is looking in 5 pixels. Okay, quite good. No problem. Yeah, so this is also done. Set the color of the text inside that to be white so that it will look more good. Right now, what is happening? Yeah, it is looking good. Instead of black, we have done change the color to be white. Okay. Also, we can increase the font size. So font size we can set to 16 pixels or 15 pixel. Let's see how it is looking. Just a second. Okay, it is looking quite good. Right. This is done. Then we right now what is happening? Cursor, like when we move the cursor over here, we are making the cursor to be pointer. Arrow is coming. For instead of that, I want it to be pointer. Okay. Let's see. So are you able to see what is the difference between pointer? This hand icon is coming as we have done that to cursor to pointer instead of a normal arrow. Okay, like this arrow is coming to each and every field, but as soon as we move to the register box, that arrow is just converted to your this part, pointer part. Correct? Okay. Now let's do some hovering part also, like on clicking on button or as soon as mouse is hovering over our button, what should happen? The color should change for the background. So see, right now what is happening that this cursor is changed to pointer, but as soon as I come over this button, what I am expecting that the background color must change. So let's write some code for it. How to target background using just background tag, just background you have to use. And which color will be good? I'm right now using this color. See what will happen as soon as we click over there, the register button is changing its color. Okay, it is looking good, right? So yes, this is the hover property we have added. And now let's see what is left. Only this already have an account part has been less, so also style it accordingly. Okay, just let me close it. So almost 90% our form is completed. So can you see that how it is looking? We have styled it from scratch. Okay. And everything we have just come to see that is it looking good? Then only we have implemented the changes, right? So it is looking good to me. Now let's also do the login part. Okay. For that, what we have to do, first of all, we have to see the container name. So for this already have an account, we have the container name as login text. Okay, so I will target it. Is it a class? Yes, it is a class. So login, what was the name? Login text. Text. Okay. And in that also, I only want to add some condition over anchor tag because everything is good there. Just this in login text. I want to add some styling to this anchor tag. That what should happen as soon as user is coming over there. So let's add that the color to be whatever we can choose. This suppose green or aqua marine, and text decoration to none. Let's see what is happening. Okay, so this button is coming like the same color whatever we were providing them. So I will just change it to the same color which we were using previously. Just this shade, and this one will look good, I guess. Okay, so login is coming like this. And if you are clicking on this login button, you can see it is not redirecting us to any page because we have used in our code part the hash symbol, right? So href hash. If instead of hash, if I write www.google.com, then it will redirect us to www.google.com. Now also let's just try to have some styling to already have an account part. For that, we have to do nothing. We just have to go over here. We have to target it accordingly. Enter dot login text, and now we are good to just have some things over there. So first of all, I want this text to be there in center. So for that, what I can do, I can use text align. Wait, text align to center. Oh, just a second. Text align to center. Perfect. Then what we can do, we can also give some margin from the top. See why margin from the top? Right now, the registration page and already have an account is very close to each other. For that, I want some distance to maintain, some spacing to be done. And for that, I am giving the margin, and margin only from the top side. Okay, so give it in pixels. Let's try to see how 10 pixel is looking. Okay, it's looking good. Yeah, good. Okay, this is also done, right? Then font size, we can change the font size for it. Let's change the font size to 15 pixels, suppose. Let's see how it is looking for 15 pixels. Okay, now everything is looking perfect. And you can see we have created the page from scratch. This is your registration page. Hope you like this. And you have enjoyed it, that whatever we have done today. Let me just recap that what we have done up to now. Will elaborate you the code part for it. Everything we have done from scratch, right? And now it is looking like this. So also we can just fill it now, but as backend is not connected to it, so it will not give us any output or redirect it to another page. Okay, something like this. Oh, female spelling is color. Wrong. I agree to the terms and condition. Register it. So are you saying that it is a password will autofill next time as soon as you do it? Something like this. Login page, it will not redirect to any other thing. So first of all, let me change the spelling for female. Just a second. Here is the select list and here comes female. Okay, perfect. Yes, so what we have done, first of all, we have created a parent div, right? Inside the parent div, there are multiple divs in, and each div is basically representing my particular label, and with that label, the input type. So for full name, we have created a div. For email ID, we have created another div. For password, we have created the div. For confirm password, we have created div. For gender, we have created div. Okay. For each div, we have done some styling and given them a particular class name so that through that class name, we can have some styling over there. Right. Everything else was so basic that you have idea about it. Now let's see about the CSS part. First of all, for the body thing, what we have done, background and linear gradient so that we can get a shaded part. Right, like here we are getting, it is looking good that this is something violet and this is coming as uh like light blue. Okay, so these type of color combination are coming. Then we have make our main page registration form to be in center. How we have done that? Using display flex. So display flex, justify content to the center. This is the syntax, and align all the items to also the center part. Okay. Then there is the container, the parent div. So I have made the parent div color to white. Why white? So that everything inside it will look clear. Okay. So for that we have made it to white. We have given some padding, some border radius, some box shadow to it. Then targeted the H2 tag, and all these things are already clear to you that how we have done it. So I hope that you have liked it. On hovering to the registration part, we are changing the color accordingly, right? That we have also done over here. That on hovering the button, your background color should change as per this color. Okay, so perfect. We have already done this. So have a look to this particular code. It is good that you can also create a simultaneous page, a better page than this, right? You have idea now how to use different tag, different styling. So I hope that you are going to create a very good page for your projects, whatever projects you will get in future. For that, you can create easily now a registration form, right? Okay, so it will be interesting as soon as we will move to the other parts of this series. Like now we will start with JavaScript. Okay, so through JavaScript we will write some code. We will see that what is arrow function, what was traditional functions, right? How to declare variables, what is the difference between let, where, and const. These things we are going to see in the JavaScript lecture. Okay, so two things has been already done. Your HTML part is done, your CSS part is done. Through HTML, what we were doing? Through HTML, we were structuring our website, right? Through CSS, we have provided the designing part. Now through JS, we will provide the logical part. Okay, like on clicking some button, what should happen? These type of things we can provide through JavaScript. So for that, we are going to see the JavaScript part. Hope it is clear to you. Now, what we will cover in the upcoming session is JavaScript. Two lecture I will give for JavaScript, and then we'll start with React part. From there, that will be the eye-opening things for you when you will come to know about in-depth things regarding React. Okay, that how things work under the hood, what is hook, what is button, what is classes, what is methods, what is function, what is object, what is class, what is property, what is attribute, what is function, what is method, what is database, what is datasets, what is database, 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 okay, yeah, sorry for the interruption. There was some error, network error at my end. Okay. So yes, now we are actually good to just wrap this session. I was thinking that I can just cover some JavaScript part in today's session, but I think that uh, like we can start it fresh from the next session, because you will also take some time to write the code, and accordingly it will be good for you not to digest all the things at once. Okay, so thank you so much for and I hope that you like the session. Now we'll connect tomorrow with JavaScript session, right? Okay, bye bye, happy learning.